my masters in truth and loyalty. Bang out the buzzword, teaching that blind man to say, you might get the best of him, but sure never for me. Now, sweet talk to beast, dog tail jack, go and fetch your bank. Try that and upstate boy to a different kind of scene. Went off to college, but college turned out me. Couldn't get my masters in truth and loyalty. I said, whoa, light that fuse and run. I said, whoa, I am my father's son. Light that fuse and run. Whoa, light that fuse and run. Went off to college, but college done up me. Couldn't get my masters in truth and loyalty. Bang out the buzzword, teaching that blind man to sing. You might get the best of him, but you'll never fool me. Now, sweet talk to beast, dog tail jack to go and fetch your bank. Try that and upstate boy to a different kind of scene. Went off to college, but college done up me. Couldn't get my masters in truth and loyalty. I said, whoa, light that fuse and run. I say, whoa, I am my father's son. Light that fuse and run. Whoa, light that fuse and run. Whoa. But college done up me. Couldn't get my masters in truth and loyalty. Bang out the buzzword, teaching that blind man to say, you might get the best of him, but sure never for me. Now, sweet talk to beast, dog tail jack to go and fetch your bank. Try that and upstate boy to a different kind of scene. Went off to college, but college turned out me. Couldn't get my masters in truth and loyalty. I said, whoa, light that fuse and run. I said, whoa, I am my father's son. Light that fuse and run. Whoa, light that fuse and run. Went off to college, but college done up me. Couldn't get my masters in truth and loyalty. Bang out the buzzword, teaching that blind.
Yo, what's up, 24/7 Buff Fandemonium? It's your boy Swank. It's Tuesday. It's 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That can only mean one thing. It's time for the K-Gun Report. Guys, tonight, Scott and myself, we are ranking opposing Buffalo Bills quarterbacks for the 2024 season. We want you to rank along with us. Also, we are giving away this Never Give Up Don Beebe book from friend of the show, Mr. Don Beebe. We're going to get into some Bills talk, some news, some messages, some conversation, some comments. I'm so stoked to be hanging out with a Reed boy tonight. We're going to hit this intro and we are going to get it going. Here we are, and here it is on another beautiful Tuesday evening for the Gay Gun Report, brought to you by 24/7 Buff Fandemonium and the Buff Fan Base Network. We're super stoked to be part of the Buff Fan Base Network, as well as be sponsored by 26 Shirts. Go to 26shirts.com and give Del Reed and the gang all your monies. You're helping out a family in Western New York. You're getting some fresh threads. I just got that the Misfits Bills, the Buffalo had Misfits shirt that they put on. I just ordered that because I am so stoked about that. Connecting my punk rock roots with my love for the Buffalo Bills. Oh my God. 26 Shirts. Go to 26shirts.com. Give them all your money. You'll never be bad. Like, you'll just never be mad that you did. Right next door, right over here. You haven't seen this face in a hot minute. That's Scooter Magooter right there. Scott, tell him what you got.
What's up, Bills Mafia? Glad to be back. Just took a little hiatus down at Murrells Inlet, down South Carolina. Explains a little bit of a tan. So glad to be back. Swank held it down last week. Fun show. We got a fun show today. As Jarrod would say, representing the Finger Lakes area. We do have a Finger Lakes FLX Mafia website. Join that website. Facebook page. Join up if you're from around that area. Spread the love, man. Go Bills. Excited.
Yeah, speaking of FLX Mafia, today I just found out that our store allowed us to upload some nice FLX Mafia trucker hats. We got some regular ass baseball hats, and then we got a couple bucket hats because why not? It's summer. God, take the sun off your little eyes and your nose there. So if you go to 247buffandemonium.com/shop, you could find all of that right there. Check it out. See what you got. .com. Guys, real fast. If you are in the comments, you are eligible to win this right here. Don Beebe's own Never Give Up. He was on the show a couple of weeks ago. He was telling us about this. It's exclusively from his website. He sent us a couple copies. You guys can thank in the comments Uncle James. Uncle James got an extra one for me to give away on a show, and we are doing that. I see he's in the comments. Uncle James, thanks so much, man, for all the support and for the great giveaway content. So all you got to do is leave a comment in tonight's show, and we'll be spinning the Wheel of Destiny next week for whoever commented and won it. So just leave a comment and you're eligible.
You see on my Facebook page, I got into a little bit, and then obviously we have 7 kids there, so that took over. But it's a good read so far. And if you want to know more about Don Beebe and his story, he does have a page, donbeebe.com. That simple. His book's on there. His other book, the previous one before this, is on there. He's very motivational. He does a lot of motivational speaking. So friend of the show, loved having him on a couple weeks ago, and hit him up for sure.
Hell yeah. We're going to get into a little bit of Bills gossip. There's not a lot to talk about, to be honest. That's why we've been trying to figure out these sweet lists. Last week, RT and I, Ryan Thomas Take Sports Podcast. Thanks so much, RT, for filling in last week and the week before for me. Last week we ranked the AFC, did our way too early power rankings. This week, Scooter and I are ranking all of the Bills 2024 opposing quarterbacks. And that's going to be fun. There's 14 of them. Get your noodles all warmed up, and we'll go through them here in just a little bit. But first, I'm gonna say hi to our friends, man. Look at them right off the get. Gary over on X, Twitter. It's Twitter. It's not X. It's Twitter. Gary says, "Shouldn't it be a gun now, Scooter?" I think he's saying, "Shouldn't it be the a gun because of Allen?" Mm-hmm. But if you were doing like those questions from high school, right, on the SATs, where it was like cat is to dog as whatever, right? To me, this means that he's talking about Allen for the A gun, but Kelly wasn't why the K gun was named the K gun, correct? Please school these people, please.
Right, a guy by the name of Keith McKellar, an up and coming tight end that was ahead of his time when it came to tight end. Could catch, could block, could do it all. Keith McKellar was the reason they called it the K gun. And if we want to continue on with that, Swank, Kincaid and Knox both start with K. They're both tight ends, so the K gun is still fitting for this show as well as the type of offensive Bills run, because obviously Kincaid was a big part of the team last year, and he could make that. Both of those guys can make a huge difference this year. So K gun it is.
K squared gun.
K squared gun. There you go.
K gun 2. Gary, man, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for commenting, and just from doing that, you're entered to win this book right here by Mr. Don Beebe. We got our boy Patrick Hughes. What's up, Mafia? Let's get ready to rock and roll. Keep these R's coming, baby. I love it. Jerry had some sort of camp with one of his 18 kids tonight, so he could not come. He was really bummed. He thought maybe it would get canceled because of the weather. It did not. So hopefully we'll see him here next week. Yeah. But just keep the R's coming, and I'll catch him up on all of it. Our boy John says, hello, Mafia fam. Let's talk some Bill stuff. I like it. What's up, John Johns? Corey Blaine. Ready, boys. What's up, Corey, dude? Thanks for tuning in, brother. We got Adam. Adam saying, let's go, Bills Mafia. Excited for the show tonight. What were you going to say?
I like the K-gun part. Duh.
You're jumping ahead of me, buddy. You got to wait.
I know.
You got to wait. You got to slow down.
That's something.
Slow down.
StreamYard, I can see all the comments coming in too. So it's like, oh, there's a good one. There's a good one.
If you see Scott's like this, that means there's a good one coming up. Ellen Lartz, the beautiful Ellen Lartz says, Bills chat, let's go Mafia. What's up, Ellen? RT, what's up, boys? Tua better be dead last. Oh, I guess RT's got his list going. Let's see.
Not quite.
Patrick Hughes says, Jarrod still holding out. LOL. Yeah, man. Second week in a row. It's crazy. Crazy. Oh, and actually, Jarrod is sending us messenger messages about things that I need to say on the show. And guess what? If you're not here, I'm not going to say it, Jerry. So how about that? Actually, I will say it. Next week's special guest, beep, breaking news. Mr. Mark Maddox will be joining the panel once again. I think he's trying to hold down his all-time K-Gun appearance guest record. And he's ahead. He's ahead by a couple few. Mm-hmm. Brad Lamb's trying to sneak up and take it over. But Mark won't. He won't quit. There's no quitting, Mark. Nope. Mr. Maddox on the show next week. Tune in for that. We got Birdo. Hello, Mafia. Hope everyone is well. Go Bills. Birdo. Makes me so happy seeing your name, man. Charla, yeah, I made it on time tonight for the beginning. Good on you, Charla. Patrick, in reference to 26 shirts, man, the Iron Mafia shirt is fire. If you guys haven't seen that one, that's an Iron Maiden take that they did. And man, I think it's either done or it's almost done. But it was sweet. I almost got that one, but then I saw the Misfits one and I had to go Misfits. Mm-hmm. We got Mary Jane Brown Hughes. Hi, all. Hope all staying cool. Hell yeah. Central Air is cranking. Adam says, love the jersey, Scooter.
Thanks, Bob. We're talking quarterbacks today, so I got my guy on.
Quarterbacks.
Real quick, I want to throw this out there, Swank. You just mentioned 26 shirts and the shirts that they got. A reminder, July 20th, guys, this is their first Mafia Con. They're going to have food trucks, all that good stuff, and ex-players, and even new ones. Keon Coleman, Cole Bishop, Dwayne Carter, Terrell Bernard, and Dorian Williams are going to be there. TSC is going to be part of it, but that's our Bills Mafia, July 20th. So check it out on their social media, more information there, but I just wanted to throw that out there.
Hell yeah. I'm super bummed I can't be there. We're playing an enormous show that day. Have you guys figured out whether one or both of you are going to be able to make it up there?
No, it's funny. The more the summer's booked, basically. So
yeah. Bummer. We got Robbie over on 716 Sports Blizzard saying, hey, Scott and Swank, go Bills. What's up, Robbie? How you doing, brother?
What's up, Robbie? He's got a special guest coming up soon on his show on Friday.
Oh, yeah? Who's that?
Mr. Miller, Joe Miller, I believe.
Nice. Yep. Oh, sweet.
Awesome stuff.
Charlotte says she loved the show when BB was on. Thanks, Charlotte. It was a great time, man. I don't think none of these players have ever disappointed on here. They've always just been so humble and great, and man, they go into such depth with great stories. Can't wait to get Don back on here again.
Never have I ever thought we'd hear some of the stories we hear, and it's just like, just for them to be willing enough to share those stories with us is pretty awesome. So you not only do you get to meet your heroes, but to hear that inside stuff, man, I tell you what, good stuff.
Mark has opened the door to a lot of things. Like very, very cool the way they pull back the curtain. Actually, I mean everybody on the show, but Mark is like just always he's like really been like the first taste of like that peek behind what it's really like. Don had some really great stories, some really great insight. Mike Lodish, dude. Mm-hmm. There was some stuff that he can if like go check out these past episodes, guys, if you haven't yet, or if you're riding around. I would say if Don's episode, there's some like little nuggets in there that if you go back and listen again, it's like, oh my God, like you are inside baseball at that point. Mm-hmm. And Mike Lodish, dude, some of the stuff he was talking about, you're never going to hear. I don't think an NFL player say some of the stuff that he said, and it's really cool. It's very telling. It's like again, it just makes you feel like you're part of the joke. You're part of this thing that's like bigger than all of us, right? And it was really cool. Appreciate all those guys being candid and opening up and giving us a look inside.
Oh, for real.
We got Cookie saying, "What up, fellas? What's up, Cookie? How you doing, brother?"
What's up, brother? Been a while.
Harold says, "I can't wait for training camp. I'm going every day." Harold, how are you going?
I've checked all my emails and
I
haven't got anything sent to me yet on those tickets that I applied for.
Dude, yeah, Scooter and I were talking right before this. We're like, I haven't seen anything in my Ticketmaster app. I haven't seen anything in my spam folder. I haven't seen anybody that's not a season ticket holder say that they even got tickets. Mm-hmm. So I don't know, man. Let us know. Let us know your secret, please. Mm-hmm. We got Lonnie Cook saying, hi, guys. What's up, Lonnie?
Hey, Lonnie.
We got Jay Collins saying, what's up, gents? What's up, Jay?
What's up, Jay?
Adam, let's see. Well, Mahomes is number one. That's easy. Oh, is he? You have to wait until the end of the show now, Adam.
I'd never tell anybody to not go back and watch a show, but don't go watch the show where we ranked quarterbacks last year. I was kind of all over the place.
Did you do it?
I'm a little more realistic this time.
Oh yeah, dude. I was wondering about like when you were asking about like topics, and I was like, oh, we should do this, man. It's topical. It's time of year, like whatever. Mm-hmm. I mean, we're literally only a couple of weeks away from training camp, dude. End of this month, right? Like
2 weeks, 3 weeks. Yeah. Hell yeah.
July 9th, bro. Yeah, that's why I'm wondering where the hell my tickets are. Harold, tell us your secrets, bro. K-Gun Part 2, that's what you were laughing at earlier.
Yep.
Let's see. Oh, Uncle James, charbroiled wings and Budweisers for the K-Gun report. I knew about the Budweisers, bro, but the chicken wings, hell yeah, man.
Nice.
Let's see. Okay, here we go. Corey Blaine. Hey, quick question. You guys think we run a lot of 2 tight end plays this year? I keep forgetting we still have Dawson Knox. Ha, ha, ha. Scooter, what do you think about this? Go ahead, buddy.
I believe that to answer your question, yes. You can't have a guy like Knox sitting. I know Kincaid is a guy that we had to draft 2 years ago, and it was a wonderful draft, and we are going to benefit from that for years to come. But Knox is still someone that can produce tight end 1 production given the opportunity. So I think you have a lot of different schematical plays in the playbook that can benefit having those 2 tight ends out there, where the defense is going to have to switch up their defense completely, and you can still run the ball and you could pass the ball effectively. So yeah, I do see that happening. I think now that Brady's got another year under his belt into the offseason, he could utilize this big time.
I'm right there with you, man. I think we saw a lot of that set last year, to be honest. So A, it's easy to me, like more of the same, and B, like, why not Kincaid in the second year? I think he's going to blow the hell up. Especially you got some like unknown stuff going on the outside, which again doesn't really make me nervous at all. I think if you can attack the middle of the field with these two huge tight ends that you got, and Knox is not a slouch. Kincaid is just a freak. You know, Knox is still just a very solid tight end. And then you got the running game, James Cook running his ass off, and you got speedsters and unknowns on the outside. I think that there's the potential for this offense to take this whole league by storm, and especially with Josh Allen at the helm. And it could all revolve around the two tight end set, getting the hard yards right over the middle. Why not?
I mean, the Bills could use their Kincaid as a wide receiver. So seeing 10 personnel and 11 personnel and having that extra tight end out there, I think that's a reality. You can see defenders can see all wide receivers out there and still have Kincaid be one of those guys where you would call a defense based on having 4 or 5 receivers, even though Kincaid is still out there, if that makes sense. So I think he's that dynamic, and he could play a big wide receiver in some of the spots out there on the field.
Yeah, absolutely. Patrick Hughes says you guys should do a K-Gun highlight reel. That's a really good idea, Jerry. Let's see. He also says, I hear you're
here for it.
What's that?
You're seeing a lot of highlight reels coming out.
Yeah.
Oh, just dropping Kincaid highlights. Oh, just dropping Allen highlights. It's time of year to get pumped for training camp.
Yeah. Well, I think he's saying K-Gun highlights. Let's go get some of these guests we've had on. Some great takes, right?
Hell yeah. Jerry.
Adam says, I love the Mike Lodish episode. He was super real about the stuff we didn't get to see. Hell yeah, man. And it was a great time talking to him. And again, like all the players that we've had on have all been just great. But obviously each of them have a different personality. Mike is kind of like I think he's a lot like Mark, to be honest to me, but like just defense. No BS. Yeah, defensive player. Maybe that's what it is, right?
Yep.
No BS, cut straight to the heart. And I don't know. It's cool that these guys get comfortable enough to like let their guard down and kind of talk about it. And they all love talking about it, man. So yeah, it's cool. I'm glad you enjoyed that one, Adam. Let's see. Anyone check out the milk tasting video Bills players did? Very funny. No, I did not. What was that?
It's on the Bill site. So basically, how sometimes they have the camera and everybody runs up to it and they ask a question on the Bill site. They had one where they had the block in front, and there's 8 random straws, and on the other side was the milk, 1% skim, oat milk, whatever, all that stuff. So it was pretty funny watching those guys taste it, and they had to try to guess what milk it was. Josh Allen did pretty well. They may have let him cheat a little bit, but it was pretty funny to watch.
Give the people what they want, I guess.
Yep.
Jarrod Fuller says a magician can't reveal his secrets. Come on, bro. Just message me. You got it. Just go ahead.
Modern technology lets secrets be revealed, so don't be afraid to text Swank.
Harold Fuller says Quentin Morris looking better every year too. Hell yeah, man. I think that tight end room's looking real tight right now. No pun intended. We got Chris Christian saying, hey, what's up, Chris? How you doing, brother?
Hey.
Oh, let's see. Ellen's got a little history for us. For anyone that may not know, there's a piece of NFL history that ties the Bills to Don Beebe's days as a Bill. Don Beebe had his AFC Championship ring box adapted to include a space in the center for the Super Bowl ring he won after his time in Buffalo. Oh, that's awesome, man.
That's pretty sweet. Thanks, Ellen.
He's all Buffalo, man. I was just thinking about I was mowing the other day and I was listening to one of the episodes and I was thinking about like that whole relationship he had with like Frank Reich and like that whole story he was telling us and how cool that was when they went to Carolina and kind of showed out, well, and in practice and all that stuff. Let's see. Patrick says Knox is better ever since they fixed his hand last year. Hell yeah, I agree, man. Corey says, agreed, boys. Definitely sleeper offense this season. Berto is very curious how this offense will be this year. I am too, man. I think that's the question, right? The thing is, like, you already know, again, like, if you want to call, like, the short game, like, tight end sets, right? You kind of know what that looks like. You know what the running game looks like. You got a little bit of who's going to be playing center where that other hole in the line is going to be filled, right? If the rookie can show out and take it over, who knows? Like, we know the best man plays in this offense, right? So it'll be interesting to see. But I think, oh man, I got a good feeling in my gut. Adam says you can run 12 personnel and Knox is a blocker for Cook or throw the ball.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see. Jan was talking about the ones where the rookies trying blue cheese. I did see that one where they were trying blue cheese for the first time. That was funny.
It almost looked like some of them never had wings before. Watching some of these videos.
Really?
Yeah, just the way they look at it and like eat it. It's like, have you ever had a wing?
I take it as like the little kid taste, right? Where you're like, you got to try it, and they're like, yeah. All right, guys.
Blue cheese, personally. What do you, Swank?
What's that?
Leave it bare, eat it as is, or do you use a dip?
Blue cheese, man. I lost a hot wing eating contest because I just wanted blue cheese. I wasn't trying to cool it down. Actually, what had happened was, I played a solo show probably, I don't know, it's like a year ago.
You talk about your shows. Who give us a little detail about you and your band there, Swank?
Well, I don't know if I've said this on the show yet or not, but I am officially, as of 3 weeks ago, a full-time musician. I've left my place of employment, and I'm doing music and this full-time. So I'm very excited about that. Blessed enough to have enough work and be able to drive and do and all that. And so I write and play guitar and sing for the Endless Mountain Derelicts. You can check us out on our website and Facebook and all those other places. A lot of you guys know it and support it, and I appreciate it so much. And we're going to be kicking off Endless Mountain Mondays again starting this fall, so not too far down the road. But yeah, I play music. I've been a drummer since I was 4. I've been doing this for a long time, and I was playing a solo show in town, and after the show we were having a couple drinks and we went down to a bar that is no longer open around here, and I was just really hungry, dude, and I love wings. Like I just love wings. And when you play music, dude, if the show starts at 5 or 6, you get there at 5, right? I don't want to eat an hour or two before I get there, because then you're like burping and indigestion, all that stuff when you're singing. And I put everything out there. So I usually don't eat from like noon until like, now you're talking, if the show's at 6, it ends at 9, you pack up, you're not packed up and out of there until 10. So that's like 10 hours and like jumping around and doing and whatever else you're doing. And so anyway, I went down to local watering hole, my wife, a bunch of people, all our friends, and the owner of this place, who was an amazing woman, Megan. We were sitting there and we always bust balls with each other. And I was like, I could eat like so many wings right now. And she was like, oh, and I was like, I will like get in a wing eating contest with you right now. Like quantity, not quality, quantity. Like I just wanted to eat all the wings. And she was, and she was like very skinny fit, you know? And I'm like, I haven't eaten 10 hours, man. I'll pound like 2 dozen wings. No problem. Let's go. And somehow it all turned around to she couldn't do that. So she wanted to have like a hottest wing competition. And I'm not a spicy dude at all. I'll go a medium, whatever. But I was so hungry and everybody was so amped up on it. There's a video of this online, by the way. So I went around and we had 2 of like 4 or 5 wings, like incrementally getting hotter, starting at hot. And I was like, I just stripped them right off the bone. And don't drink water, go all the way around. I got to the very last one. I dipped it in blue cheese because I wanted blue cheese. I got disqualified. I'm tearing up. My face is whenever.
Accidentally rubbing your eyes.
This is not the way I wanted to enjoy wings. Like I was just still hungry. It's like now my stomach hurts even more. I'm like, what the hell, dude? And I lost because I dipped it in the blue cheese. And she's sitting there oh, like, oh man, what the?
Still getting the meat off the first one.
Yeah. No, she was cruising, dude. She's very competitive. You know, Meg.
Yep.
Yeah, she's competitive as hell, dude. And but I was just not not even like tasting it, just trying to get through it as fast as I could. But anyway, yeah,
disqualified.
That's my blue cheese wing story, man. Disqualified just because I wanted to taste something, wanted to feel alive.
It does add that spunk to it. You get the cheese and the creaminess. I mean, that makes the wing.
Yeah,
that can make a wing taste better. Or you just enjoy both of combinations. When I eat food in general, I combined everything. So
everything is a garbage plate in the Reed household.
Everything's a garbage plate in my house. Yep, love it.
Patrick says wings in Buffalo are not the same as wings outside of Buffalo.
Okay.
All right. Well, Keon Coleman went to Wing Nuts and got ranch. Big mistake. Won't hold it against him. He's a rookie, man. It's a rookie move right there. Corey says, where do you play, Swank? I'll come, man. I play, we're booked into next year right now, all over the Finger Lakes. I'm actually going to be traveling some more, getting out in the Buffalo area. Me and my buddy Jeff Mott. We're going to be hitting some solo stuff around, and I'm going to be kind of pilgrimaging. Is that word?
Pilgrimaging. Yep.
And doing some solo stuff so that
Caught it.
I can bring the band along with me. So
nice.
Yeah, man. But yeah, you can go to endlessmountainderelicts.com and all of our shows are out there. Adam, congratulations. Hey, man. Thank you, guys. Hey, thank you, guys, man. I wasn't looking for all that. I appreciate you guys. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
A little envious. Swank, we're up to 700 right now. I'm seeing live watchers. We're only at 830. Something you guys have done in this offseason, amazing participation, amazing in the comments. But a reminder that tonight in the comments, if you leave something, a message, a comment of any sort, you will be entered to win, a chance to win Don Beebe's Never Give Up, a book from Don Beebe's website. There it is. So next week, we'll spin the Fandemonium of Wheel of Destiny to see who wins. But you leave a comment. You guys are kicking ass already as it is. Very cool. Very cool. I'm just watching the numbers keep going up. Love it.
Yeah. Hell yeah, man. 719 right now. And it is 829. And I would be remiss if I did not remind everybody that we are part of the Buff Fan Base Network and super proud to be. Also, other side, sponsored by 26 Shirts. Go to 26shirts.com. See what Del Reed and the gang got cooking up for you. It's always hot, fresh thread, a great design. You're helping out a Western New York family in need. It's a win-win-win-win-win. I added another one from last week. I think I'm going to keep stacking them throughout the rest of the season here. Like I said, I got the Misfits one that they did. I'm super stoked on that. I'm going to rock it as soon as I get it right here on the show. So check it out. It's a great time.
Very cool.
Let's see. Patrick says if you weren't supposed to dip it in the blue cheese, they shouldn't have given it to you. I agree, dude. And that was exactly what I said. It's like, why even put it out there? Like, what? Just don't give it to me if it's against the rules.
Set you up for success, and it sounds like that was a plan all along.
Yeah, Meg. No. Berto told me to keep practicing. Yeah, okay, I will. Absolutely, dude. just not super hot wings. All right, guys, it's 8:30. Judging on how the pace went with RT last week for the power rankings, we got two fewer names to go through, but I think right now it's time to get to the main event. Scooter Magooter. We will be ranking right now from 14 to 1. And if you're asking yourself why there's only 14 quarterbacks on the list, 3 of those quarterbacks we play twice. So there's no need to rub salt in the wound. I have a feeling where this is going right off the bat. Scott wanted to tell me right before the show. I forced him not to, but I think I have a pretty good idea where we're starting out here. Adam says temptation is the devil's cologne. Dude, that's awesome, dude. So yeah, we're going to be going from 14 all the way up to number 1. Again, it's the opposing quarterbacks that the Bills face this season. Scott, right here, number 14. What do you got, buddy?
I told you before the show started, I kind of chuckled a little bit when I saw this roster. It's the Patriots. I'm not gonna. I can pick the quarterback. It's either Brissett, Drake May, or Joe Milton. The
Yep.
Patriots drafted 2 quarterbacks in this year's draft. 2. Milton could throw the ball. I kind of wanted the Bills to draft them late to be a backup for Josh Allen, but the fact that they went after 2 and still don't have an answer,
Yeah.
is kind of hilarious. They didn't really help with surrounding them with talent. They did pick up Jalen Polk, a guy from Washington, as a wide receiver, but he's a rookie, and right now he's rookie number 1. So now you're having all these quarterbacks that have to now connect with a rookie wide receiver. It's pretty comical, and I just love to see the continuous downfall of the.
I mean, we have 20 plus years of this to look forward to, right? So
Yeah.
I'm excited about it. Real quick, before I give you my number 14, Buffalo Spartans here.
This is Sparta. What's up, buddy?
That's right. This is Sparta. What's up, brother? He says, never fear. Spartan is here. Mafia, mount up.
He was just at a big event. I can't remember what it was, Spartan, but he had the yellow little thing
It
going
was
on.
the Savannah Bananas
Oh,
at
there you
Salem
go.
Field. Yeah, they are a internet sensation. They do all these choreographed dances in the
Right.
outfield and stuff. And one of them cranked a homer and climbed a ladder and jumped through a table as a celebration. So yeah,
Nice.
they sold out Salem Field. I think they did 2 or 3 nights. I think it was 3 nights. The third night it was completely sold out.
Okay.
It might have been sold out the whole time. I don't know, but yeah, it's pretty neat. I saw the videos. Patrick says he was getting worried about Spartan, but welcome.
Welcome,
I
buddy.
love how you guys just look out for each other. That's so sweet. My number 14, I said Brissett / May or whatever quarterback for New England. I don't care. Same deal, man. They are a dumpster fire. I don't see any of this going anywhere. Sit back and enjoy this for a while. RT and I were talking last week a little bit about the coaching situation. He thought it was kind of like a good move. He likes the situation going on there. To me, I think it's the same old promise that they've made a bunch of coaches for the last 20 years. And, I just don't really see it going anywhere. So I also kind of think Kraft has got his thumb in the batter a little too much, and maybe he needs to step back and let the team do what the team does.
That may very well be what it is, and I think you're right.
Yeah. So, whoa, what's this? They called me up on stage during the pregame. What's that, Spartan? Did you get celebritied?
Man, a celebrity it looked like.
Yeah. Patrick says, at least the Patriots have a fresh bag of milk, unlike the sour bag of milk Jones was.
That's true. Jones is with the Jaguars now, I believe.
Yeah. Jags? Yeah. Oh, my goodness. Spartan says 3 games all sold out, close to 50,000 tickets. Wow. Savannah Bananas, bro. Awesome.
Very, very cool.
All right, number 13. If we're going up the list, and we'll just go every other. Is that cool with you, Scooter?
It's cool with me.
All right. My number 13 is Mr. Geno Smith, all the way out there in Seattle. He has been named the starter finally. That just happened about a week or 2 ago. And yeah, I think he was fun, a fun story for a while. I think that team also is in a big rebuild, and I don't really see it going anywhere. What do you think?
I mean, I had him a lot lower in my list due to the fact that he's coming back to an offense that has basically the same characters, and they amped up the defense a little bit. I'm a fan of Geno Smith. He's mid-30s. He's doing his thing, and it seems like he's finally got a roster that's building a little bit around him. They didn't really do much as far as quarterbacks. They brought in Sam Howell from Washington, so I think Geno's safe. I'm glad he's starting. I had him, actually, I'll tell you.
You don't got to tell me. We'll get there.
All right, where did I have him? Okay, I've seen him. All right, but
Spartan says pretty much called me up because of my yellow outfit and mohawk. Damn, dude. You're getting recognized. You got a brand, Spartan, for sure, dude.
sure does.
Mike V said, what up, Mafia? What's up, Mike V? Good to see you, brother. Let's see. Aaron Rodgers, since I am not sure he will be there. I think Patrick's saying that his number 13 is Aaron Rodgers. He also says the only issue he sees with Geno is the new coach. For me, man, I think part of it is his whole bag of tricks has been exposed. I think everybody will know exactly how to play Geno Smith next year or this year, and it'll be interesting. But this is why we do these types of things, to create anything to talk about during the dead part of the season. So what you found out is I don't believe in Geno Smith. Scott thinks that he should be the starter for the Bills. What do you got, Scott?
I didn't say that. I just think they didn't bring anybody in necessarily to replace him with a new coach, which is kind of unheard of. Usually new coach equals new quarterback. So they might be comfortable with him there, which I'm glad he's got a success story. My 13 was the guy that I'm glad that we're opening up the football season with in Kyler Murray. He's had a bunch of injuries. Ooh. Unless he's someone that can he can create plays if he has to. But with the speed on the edge and Russo and Von Miller coming in, I think he's coming back, guys. I really do. Don't receipt this, but I think the speed that we have on the edge and the contain that we'll be able to continue to do interiorly, I think Kyler Murray will not be a very successful quarterback, definitely the first week, but I have him as my 13.
All right, so we'll have a little bit because I have Kyler slightly higher, but I have just probably the same amount of respect as you do for him. But I would like to point out something. Corey's also saying Geno ain't 13, so come on. I hear you. Kyler could be higher if he studies this year, Patrick says. For me, dude, Geno Smith has had one season of success, correct?
1.5. Let's do 1.5.
1.5, 1.5. In all these years that he's been in the league, 1.5. Kyler Murray has had how much success in the league in his, 4 or 5 years that he's been in the league?
He was injured.
We're going to have to look at the tape on it. But to me, I think Kyler's done way more to deserve a higher ranking than Geno has. But that's all I'm saying. We can all have our opinions. It's really, again, this is the boring time of the season.
It's like this is a fan first perspective show.
It really is. It really is. Dang. All right, buddy. What do you got for number 12?
A guy I toted pretty high in a draft a couple years ago for the Colts, Anthony Richardson. He's still not there. He's another guy that looked good when he was playing, but he got injured. So now you're dealing with injury coming back, and it's hard to learn on the sidelines dealing with an injury. So that's why I have him so low. He is someone, so like I mentioned before the show started, there's a lot of young talent that we are facing this year that have potential. He's one of those guys for me, but right now he's 12. He's 12 for me.
You got Anthony Richardson. I had him one spot higher at 11. So we're pretty close on that one. I have Will Levis here.
Okay.
I think there's a lot that I want to see from him. I think he's exciting in some respects. I think that team is just garbage. Like I just don't. I have a lot of faith in it, and that was part of my ranks from last week too with the Titans and where they were. I just I don't know. I think that they are in shambles, and I don't really think the only reason I put Anthony Richardson 11 and Will Levis 12 is because I think the Colts are like this much more prepared and have this much more of a foundation than the Tennessee Titans do. I think they're really in like a very similar kind of situation, except for the fact that the Colts have better wide receivers, in my opinion, by far.
Yeah, I mean they have Pittman. They just drafted Adonai Mitchell, a guy that we as Buffalo Bills fans wanted, and last year's draft pick Josh Downs. Those are 3 pretty good wide receivers for Richardson.
Patrick says, Swank, take it back. It's never boring on Tuesdays with the K-Gun. Appreciate it, bro. I'm clipping that. Jarrod, clip that. Corey says, Tuesday at 8 p.m. is the best time of the week. Hell yeah, bro. So, let's see. We already revealed it. We're cruising on this now.
Oh, hell yeah.
Number 11, I had Anthony Richardson. 4 facts already stated. Who'd you have for 11, brother?
You're going to like this. I'm surprised. I had Jared Goff all the way back there. I have him all the way back there. A guy that does produce, Swank.
Yeah.
But any kind of pressure, we've talked about it all the time. It seems like it comes up every time we play Jared Goff. You put people at his feet or around him, he panics and he doesn't do a good job under pressure. I have him back there. I hate to knock him back, but he's getting older. He relies on his defense. I think that's where I'm putting him. It's far for me. I was looking at this list and I said that's pretty far back, but I'm comfortable with that.
You and I are greatly different on this. I also want to say like Jared Goff to me is another one of those guys that like he's always had the story if the team was better around him, right? That whole thing. Like I always harp on that. There's like those certain quarterbacks that get away with that. If the team was better around him, blah blah. I think Jared Goff has had like last year was like the best team he's ever had around him and coached the best that it could be, right? And he made it to a Super Bowl. I think that the Lions are a way more genuine team than the Rams ever were with McVay and all that stuff. I just I think last year showed me enough from him to where like I can't dog him so much, and I don't have him. I'll be honest, I don't have him anywhere near where you got him right now. But I do appreciate the villain that you are right now, and that's amazing to me.
See, I'm kind of looking at this as it was hard for me because I'd mentioned a couple days ago when we decided to do this topic, should it be offenses or quarterbacks?
Mm-hmm.
And so I kind of struggled a couple of these times with what specialty talent that some of these other teams have and compared to some of obviously the teams with not so much talent. So surrounding talent. Detroit, I believe, is a team that should have made the Super Bowl last year and should have at least made the Super Bowl last year, and they didn't. And I think even though Goff put up pretty good numbers, he still couldn't do it. And that's what quarterbacks are ranked on. Quarterbacks are put on the pedestal because of the amount of trophies they have at the end of the year. And with that talent, he should have been there. He really should have. So that's why I kind of knocked him a little bit for that. And he's going to come back with some pretty sweet-ass talent this year.
Yeah.
He was top 5 in almost every category, and I have him at 11. So I don't know. Maybe I had a couple IPAs.
Hey man, don't backtrack now. These are your I'm here for it. It's fine with me, dude. I got some stuff that I'm sure people are going to scratch their head about. Obviously, Gino already was the polar. I didn't think Gino was even going to be the one that was going to get me shit on this stream tonight, and apparently it is. But let's see. I agree with Scott. It's hard to have
Goff.
Oh, Goff higher given the top QBs in the AFC. Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
Thanks, Patrick. Checks in the mail.
Russell Wilson. The Lions definitely have a great line. Yeah, absolutely. There's something about the Lions that's off to me still. I don't think they quite have it all. I can't explain that. To me, it's like when this is going to be a shitty comparison. When the Bills went to the 4th Super Bowl and you just were like, you didn't believe. You know what I mean? Like, or like you wanted them to win as hard as you could, but in the back of your head, it was like, it's 4 times. Like, what is this? And that's the way I feel about the Lions right now. Is that like I just don't. There's something there that I don't. I like the coach. I like a lot of the players. I like what's going on there. I just don't see it being that next level to beat a Mahomes, to be like those top 4 or 5 teams in the league like that.
Swank, it might be the hype and energy does not match how long they last in the playoffs in the Super Bowl. That might be what it is.
Sure.
Because the hype, the energy, and the talent that they have, like I said, should have taken them to the promised land, and they didn't make it there. So that may be what you're feeling.
I think it is. I think you're right. Dead on with that one. Who do you got for 10, buddy?
Tua.
10 for Tua.
10 for Tua. I've never been a fan of Tua ever since he had that hip injury and him coming in. And I know Dolphins fans are going to rip me apart because he does have a lot of yards after catch because he's one of those opportunity guys that throws the ball deep every once in a while. He does have NFL arm strength, but you see time and time again the Buffalo Bills game, at the end of the game, he had a chance to come back and beat the Bills. He threw an interception that was a wobbly pass. Of course, he threw the ball to Chase Poole. Everybody's going to put it on him, but I think that ball is going to be intercepted regardless. I don't think he makes the best decisions. I think he's surrounded by running back talent, as evident by the 70 points they put up that 1 week with all those rushing yards with Mostert and the rookie. They had that Achane. Yep.
Achane.
The talent is around him, and I think if you take any of that speed away, Tua's just another guy that is going to be questioned every year until they draft another quarterback. I honestly believe that. I don't think he's got what it takes.
He's a chucker, bro. He's
Mhm.
an absolute trucker, and we've said it since the beginning on this show, and I will stand right by it. I, again, applaud you for having him this low. I am not that far away from you, but he is slightly higher on this list. But it is not because I think Tua is a talent. It is more because I think these other dudes have fallen off, and I couldn't not put them before I put Tua on the climb up this ladder. So, yeah, dude, 100% I'm there. I had Kyler Murray here at 10. It's funny when you look at that line that those two, like you're at Tua and I'm at Kyler Murray.
Same height, right?
Yeah. But again, for me, Kyler is not the way I built my list. It's mostly based off of like experience, rebuild, and then now we're getting into the part where it's like, okay, there's no like there's no super young first year players on my list anymore. There's no teams that are like rebuilding or fires, except for this one to me, where the Cardinals are again just lost and have been lost. And I think they were really close to having an identity and then just let it go.
Yep.
And now they're stuck in purgatory. I think Kyler is a natural athlete, but is not a team player. And
Right.
and I think that's kind of the downfall of him. So to me, the list really starts here.
Okay.
But so that's where I'm at with that. If we're going up to number 9, now I am at the eldest of quarterbacks, and this is strictly based on his last 2 seasons and the fact that the Jets suck balls. And this is Aaron Rodgers right here for me, number 9.
So like I'm telling you, I had him there, then I bumped him up 3 spots.
Did you really?
I have it erased here. Yep.
Wow.
And I didn't go. This is where I put Gino. But go ahead and explain your AA round.
I don't think he's wanted to play football seriously in 2 years. I think that injury is exactly what everybody warned him about. And I think that he was too stubborn and too much of an egomaniac to allow himself to go out the way that the Packers were trying to send him out. So he came back. I really think he was retired in his little mushroom cave before all this came out. And now he was trying to build this like farewell tour in Jersey. And I don't think his head's there. I don't think his body will allow it either. He can't move the way he used to move. I think he's going to be trying to force things like that aren't there because his brain knows that he could do those things. I don't think his body can do these things anymore. He is not Tom Brady.
Right.
Like he's an amazing Hall of Fame quarterback. He put a legacy together in Green Bay. This is like, to me, sad at this point. Just bow out gracefully. This is what I would want for you. He probably doesn't want to go out the way he did last year, but I don't really see this year going fantastically. I see this more as like Tom Brady's last year in Tampa, as opposed to like, Aaron Rodgers putting the team on his back, going for his, MVP, Super Bowl, blah, blah, blah. Like I think it's bad news bears, man. I think he should just throw the towel in, and I don't think he's as good as the other guys on this list.
Those are all the reasons I had him at 9. I bumped him down just because of the other 2 guys. We'll discuss that obviously, but
sure.
The Jets are trying. They're trying. They got him more protection because they understand that Achilles is a rough injury. And if you guys watch the film already in the offseason, he does not bounce as a quarterback. When you drop back, you stay on your toes. You bounce forward. He lands on his heel, and it's rough, and you can tell he's having a hard time with it. So they're protecting him more. They also brought in Jordan Travis, quarterback, in the draft. So obviously he came up through the Brett Favre era where he was able to learn under him. Jordan Travis is coming up under Aaron Rodgers, and you might see him earlier than planned, but I think the Jets were safe, and I think they got a decent quarterback back up in that rookie. But I agree with you for everything that you just said about Aaron Rodgers. I don't think he's in it. His injury is not going to help, and there's a lot that has to happen for him to be successful.
Yeah, I think a lot has to go right, and I don't see it happening.
So. The Jets didn't do much as far as bringing in new people, rookies for defense. So they honed in a little bit with free agency, but it could look bad for the Jets for the next couple of years.
Hell yeah.
I had Geno Smith here, by the way.
Geno, okay.
Yeah, just because of the consistency. I had him top 10 because of consistency with his offense, and the Seahawks amped up their defense a little bit, so he'll have more opportunity. That's why I had him there.
Sure. I could see these arguments. This is the fun part about this season where it's like, who knows, right? Like, we could be dead on or we could be way out in left field, and who knows. But
who cares?
These are just
we're
our feelings.
We're having a couple drinks.
Yeah. Hey, just cracked my third, by the way. It's a good day.
There you go. It's a great day.
All right, who's up? It's you, I think. Number 8.
Brock Purdy.
Ooh, damn, dude. 8, huh?
Yeah.
Less than half.
As a quarterback, I think he's one of those guys that's blessed with talent all around him, like all around him. And he's got a defense that can give him the ball. So I have the other guys. You'll be surprised at number 7 because you already picked this guy as later behalf. But, yeah, I'm going Brock Purdy with this. He's a guy that's you can't hate him. And you love to see the success. He's one of those guys you're rooting for, obviously, unless you're an NFC West football team fan. But he's a guy that just takes advantage of the talent that's around him. And I think he's smart enough to take advantage of that. That's why I have him so high. He's someone that could take advantage of all that has surrounded him.
I got him a little bit higher. But I like what he's done with the opportunity that he's been given.
Oh, for sure.
I also like that you put him 2 places above Tua, but it's the same story, basically, that you're saying. But Brock is smart enough to function beyond that, or at least be able to function in the offense.
Brock doesn't airball it. I mean, Brock still. Tua gets away with the screens with the speed, but he also finds people over the middle. They just brought in Ricky Purcell, who's a great wide receiver from Florida that can do everything that is going to make Brock better. Plus, they still have Ayuk and Samuel, so he's got the talent, but he's not. He doesn't have the ability to have that speed that's just going to burn everybody over the top. He actually has to use his mind a little bit, and I think he's a better field general than Tua is.
I agree. Patrick makes a great point here. Having CMC doesn't hurt Purdy's chances either. So solid run game. Top tier, top 3 tight end? Where's Kittle at?
Yeah.
Could you make an argument for him at 2? And those wide receivers, and that defense. I mean, good Lord. Yes, absolutely. That is interesting though. I wonder why you don't hear more about. It's probably because they win all the time, but why you don't hear Brock Purdy as a Tua role, right? Because to me, it's the same thing. It's exactly what you're saying.
Irrelevant. He didn't come in with that high praise and
that's it.
Expectation.
Yeah, 100%. Yep. Good call. For me, I got big old Trevor Lawrence right here. I think that Trevor is a average quarterback. That's why I got him damn near right in the middle. I think he's also a product of his environment. He hasn't really lived up to those standards. I can't believe they paid him what they paid him. But them's the breaks. What are you going to do? Roll the dice and hope you get a different quarterback, or you know what Trevor's giving you, and he's average. Last week I was talking about there was this graphic with Trevor Lawrence, and I was trying to remember I did this with you guys, where it was Trevor Lawrence, it was another quarterback from the same class. Everybody was like, it's Gardner Minshew, and then those numbers were very similar. That's not the graphic I was talking about. Daniel Jones was the graphic that I was talking about. Trevor Lawrence and Daniel Jones have almost identical numbers through their seasons. It's insane. And just think about
and they're getting paid.
How you feel about one guy or the other. Yes, they're both getting paid, but to me, I would think Trevor Lawrence and Daniel Jones, you know what I mean? but really they're right there and they're both getting paid, and it's, I don't know. I think you know what you're getting with them. They keep getting buffalo scraps to feed them, so we'll see what happens. But it's not blowing me away.
So, like, real quick, I just want to throw this out there, and I know we're good for time. We're going to go into overtime today, just so you know.
Yeah, okay.
But you mentioned getting paid. Caleb Williams, the number 1 pick in the NFL, has yet to sign a contract. He says, "I know what I'm worth." Right? He's one of these players that does not have an agent. NFL draft have their set money. How the hell do you think the Chicago Bears are going to figure this out? What do you think about that? First round quarterback, first pick. I know what I'm worth. Not taking the contract right now. His contract to be 4 years, $39 million, 25 signing bonus. Is this? Are the Bears going to be kicking themselves in the ass?
I mean,
what do you think they've already figured this out before signing him in the first pick?
Maybe. I think that if I was the Bears, I would say, no, you don't know what you're worth. Like we don't know what you're worth. Josh Rosen could have said all this.
Yep.
There's a lot of quarterbacks that go into this. We're in a rebuild. We have more faith in you than we did Justin Fields, who was a starting quarterback for the last couple seasons.
Right.
But I don't know. Like, everything that I've read, everything that I've seen, all the tape that I watched on him, I'm not thinking that this kid is gonna like blow up and set the world on fire. I think the Bears are in for a long couple years, which is going to stack on the long couple years they already had and the long couple years they had previous to that. This might have appeared to be a slam dunk, but it feels more like an EJ Manuel kind of, like, I mean, I know Caleb Williams has a lot more cred than EJ, but it doesn't feel like it's a slam dunk.
Right.
It feels like you went in there and did what people thought you should do, and now you're finding out, on top of the fact that you don't know exactly what you're getting with this kid, and you don't know exactly what your offense looks like, now he's a prima donna too.
And how is Chicago even going to deal with someone that doesn't have an agent with the first? I mean, rookie contracts are set in stone, basically.
Yeah.
And what happens, Swank, if he doesn't sign is he'll join the draft next year. Odunze, their wide receiver that they grabbed at 10, still hasn't signed either. And the following quarterbacks, I think the next 3 or 4 haven't signed because they're trying to base their salaries off what this guy's going to do.
Yeah.
It's like a chain reaction. And I think the Chicago Bears, I mean, I just don't understand how you go into this situation knowing this guy doesn't have an agent and why money was not discussed before, because they had contacts with him prior to the draft saying, you're the guy, just keep your phone on you. So this could potentially be a fucking train wreck in Chicago.
I wonder, like, why is he deciding to be his own agent? Because Lamar did it, or what? Like, what is the
$25 million guaranteed Swank signing bonus? $25 million signing bonus, and you want to negotiate that yourself?
Yeah.
Some people just don't want to give other people money.
Yeah.
And that could.
Maybe he doesn't want to be there. Maybe he doesn't want to be there unless they pay him crazy. I don't know. To me, like, what are you showing the other 31 teams if you do this? Like,
right.
So say he doesn't. Say he wastes a whole year where he could be making millions, right? And he could be getting that first year experience because he thinks he's so good straight out of college and that he doesn't need an agent. And now what? Like, how many times have we seen players that have sat, that have rotted? Le'Veon Bell. Let's talk to Le'Veon Bell about that year that he missed and how great it was for his career. Like, it's just, I understand there's a lot, like, and a lot of the players on the show say, like, you got to make your money when you can make your money. And I agree with that. But right now, dude, when you haven't proven anything, like, literally, like, you played well in college, the top 1% of all those people you played with, like the best 1% of the players that you just played with in college, all of them make up the last 10 to 15 years worth of experience in the professional football league. So you're telling me that that you're better than, what you're worth. You don't know dick. Like, I don't know, man.
It's nuts.
I don't know. I'm going to stop before I say something that I don't want to say, I think.
All right. Take a deep breath. Take a pull off your draft. That's all.
Hey, folks, we're in overtime.
Overtime.
That's right, Patrick Swank. The time is now. It's overtime. Corey Blame, overtime. Very nice, man.
Sorry for that question. Delayed us a little bit, but I saw that today. I did not know. I did not know he hadn't signed yet. So I'm
no, me neither. Hey, man. I mean, I'm used to like this stuff going into training camp and stuff like that, but like, I don't know. How bad is it if you're a Bears fan? You know, like let's just leave it there. Like, how bad do you feel if you're a Bears fan where you're like, maybe you're like, this is the guy. Like, this is what we're gonna turn around. We're gonna have to get through another year, but this is our dude. And he's
my buddy Ryan Lord and Dave Cruz are big Bears fans. I'll have to I'll have to tap into that to see what they're thinking.
Hell yeah. All right, let's go up to number 7. I will go ahead and break mine because you've already talked about it, but I got Tua here at 7. I'm not gonna lie, it's just because those two receivers. Like, that's it. I don't think he's special. I think he's middling. I think he's the same way to me as Trevor Lawrence, and I just could not see putting him below Trevor Lawrence for whatever reason. Again, this whole block, Kyler, Aaron Rodgers, Trevor Lawrence, Tua, they are all just a big mushy pile to me. It's all the same. I would not be stoked to have any of these guys as my quarterback right now.
There you go. I'm with you. I have Will Levis. I like the talent around him. I see a lot of potential in him with him being a gunslinger, tough guy, runs the ball. He's got the talent around him and Ridley Hopkins, and they just brought in Tyler Boyd. They're building the line around him. Obviously, they lost their identity by getting rid of Henry. So I think it's all on Levis, and I think he has the tools to do it. So I'm excited to see what he could do this year.
All right. I like it. Here we're going up to 6. What do you got for 6, buddy?
That's the 3 spots I was telling you about. Aaron Rodgers, and that was I bumped him up just because of his name. I'm not gonna. You've already explained everything. I'm not going to go into too much detail with him. I think he's old, he's injured, and he doesn't want to be there. So,
this is where I had Brock Purdy. I think the resume a little bit. I think where he came from. I do really like that whole Tua situation kind of comparison, but I think it does make me feel a lot better that he's a later round draft pick and he's putting it together and he beat out a first round draft pick for the job and all sorts of stuff, man. I don't know. I think what are we going into, the 3rd season of this kid as a starter? Year 3, with that kind of lineup around, it's I don't know. I think you got to give him a little bit of his due. He's a young kid that's making the most out of his opportunity. So you had Aaron. All right, kids, right here, right now, number 5 for Mr. Swank. This is matching exactly what I said last week. The Ravens are higher than their quarterback. I do not believe Lamar Jackson is the man that everybody says he is. I think there's too much hype around him, and I have him at number 5 in this list. And if you are looking through all of the quarterbacks that I have not named, yes, all of them to me have played a more consistent, better game than Lamar Jackson. They might not be as athletic, but to me, overall quarterback play, I think Lamar is exactly right here for this list.
Swank, and I believe that deception is still going to hold true even with this year with them bringing in Derrick Henry.
Yeah.
They rely so much on that run game. They rely on Lamar Jackson running the ball. Yes.
How's it changed bringing in Henry to me? You know what I mean? It's the same. It's more of the same.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's going into your argument saying like he's not as good as I think a lot of people put him as to be because he's got such a good run game. They're not blowing anybody out of the water as far as score goes, and they got amazing defense. So I'm with you on that. I have him a little higher than that, but this is where I have CJ Stroud. I'm excited for this guy. Very excited.
Nice.
Nico Collins, Tank Dell, 2 guys that he did well with last year. Now they have Diggs, a running game, and a sophomore. I mean, this guy, sophomore year, some of the things that he did last year with the comebacks and some of these big throws that he made, he understands the game. And I think bringing consistency there and a nice squad to support his supporting cast, I think is going to make him even better. And I think they're doing good things there. I think D'Amico Ryans is understanding his players, understanding his team, and this is going to be a successful team for a while, and I'm excited for CJ Stroud.
I am too, and that's exactly why I had him at number 4.
There you go.
So, yeah, that goes back to a little bit what I was saying last week. I'm very stoked at him. I think all around he is like that hybrid, young, athletic, can still pass quarterback that everybody has been waiting for at every team that doesn't have Josh Allen. Mm-hmm. So now I think CJ's got a huge season or a huge ceiling. And I think part of my down on Lamar is like you already see what he's got. And I think it's overhyped. I think when you look at like quarterback rankings from last year and you look at the statistical line, the fact that he is ranked above Josh Allen, this is not me being like the Bills are the best at everything. Look at the stats.
Mm-hmm.
Look at it. Like look at the playoff stats. Look at anything you want. You know, I said it last week. How is Josh Allen a running back because of all the yards and touchdowns he has, and Lamar Jackson, who literally has almost double the rushing yards of Josh Allen, is the most athletic, like superhuman fucking whatever. Like I just don't understand how you can look at these 2 pages and then be like one guy is a fucking dud and the other guy is like a superstar. I just don't get it.
You get it? No. I agree. Josh Allen does it all where it seems when you look at the Ravens, you know the Ravens have a run game.
Mm-hmm.
And a great defense. When you look at the Bills, you know the Bills have a good defense. Run game coming up, and Josh Allen in the pass game with Stephon Diggs. But Stephon Diggs fell off the planet Earth after week 8. So it's like Josh Allen all the way. I mean, I can talk about this for days, and it's like quarterback talent. It's Josh Allen.
Is Stephon Diggs a number 3 in Houston? We talked about this last week too.
Yeah, and that's going to cause problems come week 8.
Yep, I agree. All right, you already know my number 4, man. What's yours?
Trevor Lawrence. For some reason, I can't jump off the wagon with this guy. Yeah, I said it. I can't fall off this guy for some reason. He's got the talent now. I mean, he got Gabe Davis. They just who they bring in? Brian Thomas Jr. Kirk is still there. Running back Etienne Travis. I think he's got it. They've honed in their defense a little bit in the free agency and the draft. But I think Trevor Lawrence has still got that ability to be one of the top 5 quarterbacks in the league. For some reason, I can't push him away, Swank. I can't let him fall off yet.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, I mean, you let me go on that whole diatribe about how mid he was, and you just knew you had him at 4.
I just can't. I don't know what it is. They brought in free agency. They got Mitch Morse now, Brandon Scherf, Ezra Cleveland. They brought in an offensive line that could actually protect very well. Travis Etienne is back, and they got the wide receivers that they did. I don't know. I want to see him succeed. He's done nothing wrong in the league. He's one of those stand-up guys.
No, me too. Yeah, I do too. He's also my dynasty.
More of a heart pick. Yeah.
So
there you go.
It's just yeah, I don't know. I think he's had how many 4 years now to prove it, and it's just not. It's just okay to me. So
yeah.
But yeah, no, I mean, yeah, this is the list. And if you're just joining us, we are ranking the opposing QBs for the Buffalo Bills in the 2024 season. We are in overtime right now. It's 9:10. And don't forget, we are part of the Buff Fan Base Network and sponsored by 26 Shirts. Go to 26shirts.com and buy everything. Sign your whole paycheck over there. They'll do way better things with it than you probably would. Mm-hmm. Just do it. So we're at our top 3. Why don't you start us off there, buddy? What do you got for 3?
I'll go with Lamar. I think he should be further back because of the same reasons you said. I think he's surrounded by they depend on the run game so much that he wins games. And that's what it comes down to when it comes to quarterback. He's not an MVP. Josh Allen does things he doesn't do. Mahomes does things he doesn't do. I honestly think Stroud and the top other three guys could probably do things that he doesn't do, except the spotlight's on him all the time now because he's an MVP.
Yeah.
I have him high because I think just because of those accolades.
No, and I can understand it. And literally, it's 2 spots higher than where I had him. You know, and some of this stuff, it's like it doesn't feel homerish in the moment, but you also I feel like I knew where I wanted to put him. I put him there, and I put the other guy I wanted there, and then I built around. You know what I mean? And there was like certain spots where it was like I knew New England was going to be at the bottom. I knew who was going to be at the top was going to be at the top. And there's just some of these things where it's like that guy can't be higher than this guy because I know I like this guy better because of this, this, and this.
Right.
So it's interesting. Yeah, it's absolutely interesting. I think it's looking like our top 2 are probably going to be the same right now.
Mm-hmm.
So number 3 for me, if you're following along in the comments, Jared Goff. I put him there. I don't know specifically why. I went back and forth about it. I think there's a level of some sort of reliability, comfort level. I think he showed what he could do a little bit last year. It kind of was reminiscent of that Super Bowl run, his rookie season in LA or St. Louis, whenever it was then. I think it's more of to me, like a commentary on what the rest of these guys haven't done than what he has done.
Right. Okay.
I couldn't not with his playoff appearances, with the Super Bowl appearance. I don't know. I just could not put him lower based on the numbers, and nobody on the list below him gave me a reason to drop him,
right,
if that makes sense. So begrudgingly, yes, like I put him there, and I think he's just like a boring pocket passing, regular ass quarterback that's done some okay things and some horrible things, but has a little bit better resume than some of the guys on here. I actually went back and forth about putting Brock there, to be honest.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. And then I got looking at it like, Jesus, these NFC quarterbacks are going to have a better representation in the top 5 than the AFC, and I can't do that. So yeah, I put Jarrod there. I don't know. We'll see. Whatever. Don't really care. Number 2.
Matt Stafford.
Yep. That's where I had him.
Strong arm, always done the right things. I'm just a huge fan of him, and I think he's still got it. He's getting older. But with what he's losing in arm strength, I think he's gaining in knowledge of the game. He's got the talent around him. He's got a surprise talent in Nicole from last year. I'm excited for it, and I think he's definitely one of the top 5 quarterbacks in the league for sure. Stand-up guy.
100%. Isn't it funny? Like it's just like bizarro Jared Goff to me, right? Like he spent his whole time in Detroit fighting an uphill battle, comes to Los Angeles, wins it, gets his ring. Like it was poetic. Apparently his wife has a weird way of getting back at him.
They saw that too? That was kind of awkward.
Yeah, a little awkward. Yeah. I don't know if I would have been talking about that on a podcast or radio show or whatever the hell else.
That's the place to do it, Swank. You're allowed to express all your feelings.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Great. Yeah. So did you want to make any confessions? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm good.
Let's see here. Oh, Corey. Yeah, I saw Corey threw up a couple names. At least he threw up Joe Burrow. And I've been waiting to be like, yeah, it's the opposing quarter. It's the teams we're playing. That's what we're doing. And he figured it out on his own, so that's good. Also, I'm stalling just a little bit right here. Don't forget, if you're writing a comment, you're automatically in the running to win this here Never Give Up book by the one and only friend of the show, Mr. Don Beebe. And thanks so much to Uncle Jamie Norson, for buying that and putting that up for giveaway raffle just because he loves all you folk out there. So if you're in the comments, Jamie's in there, give him a thank you. I will be spinning the wheel next week. We're at 989 right now, so we're 11 away from 1K on an off-season show about quarterbacks.
Sweet.
Tell your friends, tell your family, don't tell your ex-wife. Let's go push it up over 1K.
Special shout out to Instagram. I think we have our record of followers right now on Instagram. So
nice.
Thanks, guys, for tuning in there.
Hell yeah.
I see Brad Lamb and Jeff Burris. I don't know if that's the real Jeff Burris, the ex-Buffalo Bill, but he's on there. So awesome sauce.
Sweet.
Thanks for joining.
Awesome sauce indeed. So that leaves us with number 1, Patrick Mahomes.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys. So our final thought for tonight.
Enough said.
What RT and I both alluded to last week, because we had the Chiefs up there, number 1A, 1B, Chiefs and Bills. Until somebody knocks him off the mountain, how are you going to deny the guy? That's it.
Right.
You can say whatever you want. You can go back and forth. And as a player, he's a beast. But the time is coming. It is absolutely coming as far as I'm concerned. And I think if you look at like the NFL.com rankings of last year's quarterbacks, Patrick Mahomes has dropped significantly, even as a Super Bowl champion. Just looking strictly at stats, he was dropped below a handful of people that you wouldn't have expected. So I'd say check out some of that stuff, whatever. He's a nemesis, man, and he's earned it, and whatever. Let's do it this year. That's what I want.
At some point, you got to start looking at wins and Super Bowl wins. That's how a lot of these quarterbacks are judged, and that's where Patrick Mahomes is now. They're trying to bring back a Tyreek Hill type player and Xavier Worthy. They drafted him, but yeah, he's dropping off. But his team wins, so it's kind of hard. You have to put him at 1 just because he deserves it.
Yeah, Adam called it at the beginning of the show, by the way, and now he's throwing it out there.
Now that Mahomes be number 1.
Yeah. There's no real surprise there.
But I tell you what, I mean, this is overall quarterback. If we were to talk about regular season, maybe the list would have been different. Playoff quarterbacks wise, he's there. That's him. That's his spot until, like Swank said, you knock him off. Josh Allen has his number in the regular season.
Yeah.
Just the way it is. But playoffs is when it counts.
Oh, Mike V with a great question right here. So regarding Week 8's matchup versus the Texans, are we worried that Taryn can't cover Diggs if he is wide receiver 3? Are you worried about that, Scott?
No, because everybody else could cover him after Week 8 of last year. What makes you think the top nickel in the NFL can't cover? It has been.
If not one or damn, man, you're throwing it. You're throwing the salt right out there.
Dude, he had an opportunity to prove us wrong. That big drop against the Chiefs still stings, and they forced him the ball, and he still could not do anything with it. And it's not like anything changed. So
yeah,
defensive backs have figured him out, and I think Taron Johnson, the guy that practiced against him for 4 years, can probably figure a couple things out.
I agree. I'm not worried about that. If that is the case, I see them lining him up as a number 2 anyway, and maybe slipping one of them other guys in the slot. But yeah, I mean, Taryn, I don't know, man. I'm not. He's held his own against. I'm not going to say it. Better, equals, whatever, however you want to say it. I'm just not worried. He'll hold his own and do his job the same way he's done it for all these years.
Yep, he'll be fine.
But great question, man. I really did enjoy that. Thanks, Uncle Jay, man. Lonnie says, awesome show.
Thank you.
Debbie says, damn, what news did I miss, Swank? Debbie, I quit my job recently, and I am a full-time musician. That's been going on for about 3 weeks. It's cruising up on a month. Here in 10 days, away from a month since that happened. Yeah, so been playing a lot of shows, writing a lot of music, getting my studio around, doing all that stuff. It's been going really well. I think I can get off my blood pressure medication soon, so that'll be awesome.
There you go. Win, 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 win.
Win, 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 man. So, yeah. But thank you guys so much. You're the best. Corey says they know Diggs' play style as well. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Patrick thinks maybe Diggs could be traded before we even play him.
No, Houston restructured that contract to just have him for the 1 year, so they're not going to get money. He'll be there for the full year, whether he's sitting the bench or playing.
Yeah. What if he's inactive?
That'd be hilarious.
Guys, man, we're getting a lot of praise out there. Thank you guys so much, man. You guys make the show. We are at 1016, so thank you so much.
1K mark. Very good.
Getting over 1K on the off season. Hell yeah. Oh, look at this. Circle the Wagons. Buffalo Bills podcast just wrote, congrats, Swank, with the guys, if we didn't mention it before, our brothers over at Circle the Wagons, Nate and the guys, they are part of the Buff Fan Base network that just broke here today.
Welcome.
Hell yeah. Welcome. We're so stoked. We're gonna have Nate on here shortly for some sort of episode coming up soon. And yeah, we're stoked to have you guys here, man. It's awesome. We've been talking about it for a while, so
it's a win-win as well.
Win. All right.
They do awesome things, Circle the Wagons. It's freaking awesome. It's a nice podcast, and
yeah,
Novel does a great job there. So welcome to the family for sure.
Absolutely. Patrick wants a live show down in Florida. That's not really that far off of a thing, man. I'm gonna grab my wife up and we're gonna hit some places, and we can do that now. So I'll let you know for sure.
Nice.
You guys are great, man. Thank you guys so much. Adam, suck at Diggs. Go watch the game at home. Thanks, Corey. Thanks, Alan. Jamie, 1,000. That's right.
1K. Let's go.
Oh yeah. Love you too, man. All right, guys, here we go. We went way over. Scooter and I had a really great time. We haven't seen each other in a while, so it's like really exciting. And oh my god,
a little nervous, just a little.
We're gonna do a little final thought. Don't forget, get that comment in and get yourself entered to win a copy of Never Give Up by Mr. Don Beebe, friend of the show, Mr. Don Beebe.
Yep.
Scooter, what do you got for final thought, brother?
It's getting close. We're 2, maybe 3 weeks away from training camp, and then a couple weeks after that, we got preseason games to talk about. So you're going to find out. We're going to talk about all the fun stuff: roster, positional breakdowns, positional competitions. It's getting fun, and a perfect time to be part of the K-Gun Report. Follow us as well as the fan base, because all these shows are going to start coming in, guys. We've got, I'm going to take it from Justice General, a goated crew. We've got a goated live stream podcast crew. Follow us if you want some fan first perspective content that knows what they're talking about. We have a lot of fun. We get you guys involved. So it's an exciting time of year. Love that we're growing. Welcome Circling the Wagons for sure. And go Bills.
Hell yeah, go Bills, man. I mean, that's really why we're all here. Just go Bills. It's about go Bills. That's it. Guys, we're starting to get the band back together here. Hopefully next week it'll be the 3 of us, and
Mark Maddox.
Mr. Mark Maddox will be our guest. I got to go back through and count, man. This has got to be like number 5 for him.
More.
Is it really?
Oh, yeah.
You think so? Over under Mark Maddox. Nobody go to YouTube. I'm saying 5 is the over under, and I'm going to say, yeah, I'd say over. You're
over.
Right. No, I think it's 5, dude. I think it's 5.
So go 6. You're going under.
6. I think it's going 6, though.
Right.
I think we're going on 6.
Okay, I'll go over. 20 ouncer. There it is. There's a
20? You think it's 20?
20 ouncer.
You think he's been here 20 times, dude?
Oh, 20 ouncer swing. Can you not hear me? Is the mic not working?
Oh, I'm sorry. Just mute you. Yeah, so come hang out with us and Mark Maddox next week on the K-Gun Report, right here where you're watching it. YouTube, Instagram now, apparently, Twitter, Facebook. We're on 24/7. buffandemonium.com. You can go over there. We're part of the Buff fan base. Super stoked to be sponsored by 26 Shirts. Go over there. We got to figure out some other ranking list to do for next week. So we're going to do that. I'm going to tell you guys this right now. Just enjoy summer while you can, while you're not thinking about football all the time, because I keep wishing it away for like week 1. And I got to stop doing that because it's too nice out now. It's going to get cold quick. And then you're going to be like, God damn, this summer go. But yeah. Have a great time. Have a great night. Thank you so much for tuning in and getting us over 1K for a season show. And go Bills.
Go Bills.
Go Bills.
Sweet talk to beanstalk, tail jack, go and fetch your bang. Try that and upstand boy, it's a different kind of sing.